This promises to be a good one. The Super Kings are high on confidence. The Rajasthan Royals seem to be the team to beat. And we are back at the Chepauk for what is a mouth-watering clash. On ESPN Cricinfo T20 timeout, Ravi Shastri for the big points ahead of this game. Let's talk about some players, Ravi. Let's start with Deepak Chahar. He was supposed to be a big part of the solution. They missed him last year. Chahar went quiet in the first few games. Now he's injured. Is that a big loss given they've managed to do all right without him?
It is a big loss, and they'll have to find a solution to try and get those at least a couple of wickets in those 6 overs of power play. It let them down last year. You saw once you start losing a couple of games, you start going for plenty in 6 overs of power play. The strategies of sides that play against you change. The way they look at Santner and Jadeja is different, as opposed to being put under pressure by losing 2 early wickets and then having to get after the spinners as well. Here, when you don't lose early wickets, you can play around with Santner and Jadeja and target the other 3 bowlers. So it's vital, it's important that they find a solution there.
Forgive me if this sounds like a sort of an ignorant question, but I go back to Rohit Sharma in Bangladesh. Now with Deepak injured, are our fast bowlers getting more injured than they used to? I mean, it just seems a frustrating situation, a sad situation that player comes back, plays 3 games, gets injured.
Let's put it up this way. There are quite a few in the last 3 or 4 years who are permanent residents of the NCA. Yeah, soon they'll get a resident permit there to walk in any time they want. Which is
it's not a good thing. Any reason
it's
why
not
it's
a good
happening?
thing
You
at
know
all.
the system better than anyone.
It's unreal. I said, come on, you're not playing that much cricket to be injured, again and again. I mean, you can't play 4 matches on the trot. I mean, what are you going to the NCA for?
Yeah.
If you're going to come back and then in 3 matches you're back there. So make sure you get fit and come once and for all, because it's damn frustrating, not just for the team, the players, the BCCI, the captains of the various franchises. It's annoying, to say the least. I can understand a serious injury. But every 4 games when someone touches his hamstring or someone touches his groin, you start thinking, what are these guys?
What's going on?
What are they training? What's going on?
You can only assume they've got the best of infrastructure, sports trainers,
Absolutely.
science. Do you think the onus is more on the players themselves?
And some of them don't play any other cricket. In the year, it's just 4 overs. Man, 3 hours, the game is over. It's ridiculous.
They'll have to contend without Deepak Chahar. We don't know the extent of the injury, but it will be frustrating. They broke the bank for him at the big auction. They've not quite seen Deepak Chahar the way they would have wanted the Super Kings. They've done all right though. Quick selection call though. Theekshana available, comes in straight away, you think? Because they have an overseas conundrum too now.
I would think so. At least he lends some variety to that attack and probably can spin out a couple early on if needed. Because, they've got their act together. Without Stokes, without Moeen Ali to beat the Mumbai Indians in Mumbai was a terrific effort. So I think, and with Ajinkya Rahane now in the mix, playing the way he did, now I think he might just warrant a place in that 11. And the impact player could be somebody else from the middle order. So it's positive signs for Chennai, but like you mentioned, those 6 overs crucial.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have for MS Dhoni. Let's talk about the Rajasthan Royals though, as we focus on their captain. Sanju Samson always makes an impact in the IPL. He started this one well, might have got a duck in the last game, but his side ended up winning it. Nice breezy 55, 42. First and foremost, it's a 50-over World Cup coming up, Ravi. It's not a 20-over one. But would you give a lot of weightage to how batters perform in the IPL for possibly what could be a big question mark on India's middle order with the injuries to Shreyas, the unavailability of Rishabh? Do you believe this is an important IPL for Sanju?
I would, because I'd look at temperament, in a big way. I'd also look at the quality of the individual and against whom he's got the runs against. And as far as Sanju Samson goes, there's never anyone who's doubted his talent. It is Sanju Samson who has to come to the party and be consistent.
Sure.
And he's got everything with him. He's got he's got the power game, he's got the skill, he's got the deft touch as well. So it's really, again, it boils down to shot selection. When it comes to Sanju Samson, because he's got so many shots, a wide range of shots. It's him being selective and choosing the right opportunities to shift gears. You know, I think then that consistency will come.
What role do you see for him in 50 over cricket? Because sometimes what you're doing in your Rajasthan team at batting number 3, that role may not be available, obviously, in the Indian team. Does that create a bit of an issue for him?
It could be, because there are certain numbers you're used to batting in. If he has to bat, really he has to bat in the top 4. He can't bat lower down than that, so it becomes hard.
He can't do what KL Rahul does.
No.
He can't sort of compete for that position.
I think if he has to go in the top 4. He's that kind of player. If you want the best out of Sanju Samson, he has to be there.
Is he sort of a serious contender, especially with the questions over Surya, injury to Shreyas, Ishan Kishan's a top order? So
absolutely, why not?
He's right up there. If you were selecting, you'd be thinking Samson's IPL is important.
Yeah, because he's been around for some time. He's got the experience, you know, and if he's getting runs and he's in good touch, then everybody knows how dangerous a player he can be.
All right, it's an important IPL then for Sanju Samson. If you have to pick a favourite at the Chepauk, these two teams both look solid. Do you think it's still the Super Kings?
I've said in the beginning, 3 teams are a little apart from the others. That's GT, Lucknow, Rajasthan.
Okay.
Yep, these 3, you know.
So there are still doubts of the Super Kings, you think?
No, other teams, they take time.
Sure.
You know, to get their act together because of injuries, because of some overseas players coming late, things of that sort. Now, Chennai is at its best when they play at home. So, you know, irrespective of how well Rajasthan Royals have played, irrespective of what I have said about the 3 teams, I think at home, I'll give them that slight edge, even tomorrow. Right. That's that slight edge. So, for Rajasthan to be out there, A++ to the table.
Ravi Shastri, thank you so much. Yes. Ravi on ESPN Cricinfo T20 timeout with all the big conversations ahead of this one between CSK and Rajasthan.